This is Edison Vasquez at Cumbria. Hope everyone is doing well. Welcome to episode number 8 of our podcast. Today we are actually adding a video to our podcast. I know we've been stopping our podcast for a couple months, but we're glad to be back and we're adding the video so everybody can be more interactive and you guys can watch us on TV or follow us on our podcast. Well, thanks for following us today. Today, the topic is the last mile warehouses, a very popular topic on industrial real estate over the last months or even couple of years, as the rise of e-commerce has increased the demand for warehouse space. So thanks for joining us today. We are following an article that we posted on our website, warehousesmarket.com, a month ago, in which we explain what last mile warehouses are. So we're following this and explaining in detail what these are. So in supply chain, the technical definition for last mile warehouses, it's the transportation and planning to describe the movement of people and goods from a transportation hub to a final destination, such as somebody's home. In this case, where that package of that last things stored in the warehouse and for delivery to somebody's door, basically within a day or an hour, depending on the company that's being delivered. So that's what the definition of last mile warehouses are. And as mentioned during this rise of e-commerce, the demand for these locations have increased tremendously as people and demand or want faster delivery of items, whether it's next day, a couple days, or even an hour. So that has fueled an increase in a competition at the same time for last mile warehouses. So you can check out our entire article in warehousesmarket.com under our blog section. So why are they popular now? Well, the main answer is e-commerce and demand for e-commerce, whether it's Amazon, Walmart, Home Depot, all the major retailers, Target. They want to keep up with the demand, and as the consumers' taste has changed, and they want to be delivered in the next couple of days. So they want to have locations that are in proximity to the customers. And it's not necessarily about the distance, it's about time. How long is it going to take for that package to get from that warehouse that came in a truck from states or countries away that got to that warehouse? How long is it going to take to take that package into somebody's step door? And that's what the last mile warehouses are, is efficiency, saving time, and making it cost efficient for the company as well. Features for these last mile warehouses can include large parking spaces for delivery trucks, delivery vans, or storage in general. And so these locations need to have extensive parking or extensive areas so delivery vans or trucks can come in, pick up the packages, and go out into the city and deliver those. And depending on the company that's doing the delivery, these can also be temperature controlled. So for perishables items or different items that need air condition or refrigeration, these warehouses may also offer those qualities, or at least partially can be temperature controlled. And then the main thing is location. As is any real estate and industrial real estate, is location. These warehouses, for the most part, need to be very close to the central business district, close to downtown, close to the midtown area in many cities. If you're following us on the video, I have a map from CoStar that shows the South Florida or Miami area, and you can see warehouses are clustered on the west area of the airport, west area of the city, where a lot of the land is available or has been available. But as this e-commerce trend continues and the demand for more warehouse space, that has shifted towards the east portion of the city, again going to the last mile delivery, where Miami International Airport is right in the middle, and then warehouses towards the east, where decades ago was a big manufacturing facilities, manufacturing area. Now some of those warehouses have been repurposed into last mile deliveries of brand new construction that are coming up. So as you can see, for any e-commerce or online retailer that wants to deliver to people quickly, they need to be located east of the airport, with easier access to the population from downtown Miami to North Miami Beach, where most of the population lives and demands those services. A good example is a property we sold. Let me see if I can find it. We sold a couple of years ago. It was in Hialeah. It was a former Winn-Dixie facility located just north on the northeast of the airport. It was a 400,000 square foot warehouse on 20 acres that was repurposed over the last few years by an investment fund into brand new construction, where they're delivering close to 400,000 square feet of industrial space targeted for the last mile, final mile delivery of goods to the population. So that's one example that we're seeing trending in our market. At the same time, we see other investment funds and other investors looking at this area east of Miami International Airport as a last mile site where they can be closer and closer to the population. Even recently, over the last couple of days, Prologis, one of the largest landlords of industrial space in the world, announced the purchase of about 10 acres just east of Miami International Airport. I'm sure that will be a last mile delivery of somebody or some company that will be taking over that space. And Amazon has also shifted, where Amazon started on the west side of the county and started even west of the Turnpike, which is almost the urban boundary, and they've been expanding space more east as they move closer to the population. One of the largest warehouses, 800,000 square feet, is right by the Opa-locka Airport. So east of the airport, north of the city, but very close to where the mass population is, and that can serve both counties or even the tri-county area. At the same time that these last mile warehouses bring benefits and can help the industrial real estate, there's challenges to this, and the challenges are the limitation of space. So when you move into sectors that are closer to the population, you run into competition from other sectors of commercial real estate. So an investment fund specializing in industrial space, or e-commerce company looking for a last mile site might be competing with some developer looking to do apartments or looking to do office space, or something that can have a higher and better use of the land, so that it creates competition for those type of land. Whereas if it's far away from the population, there's not much competition for industrial space. So that's one of the challenges that companies will face as they try to find more last mile deliveries. And a future trend that we see in these last mile warehouses, it hasn't happened in South Florida yet, but maybe it's a trend that will happen in the next couple of years or even decades. But it's happening in a couple larger markets in the country. It's two-story warehouses, where the limitation of land has pushed the prices high enough to justify building two-story warehouses. Especially in Asia, Japan, or some other countries that are constrained by land, have developed multi-story warehouses where they store the goods, and trucks can go up ramps, and they go up into even 2, 3, 4-story high warehouses that are very close to the population and can deliver the goods fast and convenient for the consumers. So that's a trend that might increase over the next couple of years as the land prices increase, and developers have to be very creative and increase the footprint where they can make money and rent at a high rent, and also have multi-story warehouses. So that's a quick summary of the last mile warehouses. Hope this clarifies. We're always available for any questions. You can find us online at warehousesmarket.com, or Miami Industrial Team. You can follow us on social media. For me, is on Instagram is Edison Industrial, and in Twitter is Edison CRE, or on LinkedIn just look my name, Edison Vasquez, and you can find me there. You can find our latest articles, our latest listings. Our team and I specialize on industrial space here in South Florida, and we help many companies in the search or sale of warehouse space. Before we go, we always used to give industrial tips for landlords and tenants about industrial space. Today we want to discuss an industrial tip that helped us on one of the transactions we recently did, and it's for industrial users that have heavy use, such as chemicals, oils, or heavy manufacturing, that are looking to lease the space, and the landlord can be a little hesitant or not interested in leasing the space. So what we did is we represent the tenant, and we proposed to do a phase one environmental study at the occupancy of the space. So when we occupy the space, we will conduct a mutually agreement to do a phase one with the landlord that shows the status of the property, whether it's clean, contaminated, or any issues that may have. And at the end of the lease, when the tenant vacates, or whenever the lease expiration comes in, there'll be another phase one done, or a phase two if necessary, and deliver and make sure that's in the same condition as it was taken. So that gave peace of mind to the landlord, that the tenant is responsible, that they will take care of the property, and that there won't be any issues during the lease term. So that removed the hesitation from the landlord or any worries about pollution in the property. And that made the deal happen, and that is a win-win for landlord and tenant. Hope this helps. Again, you can reach us anytime. Looking forward to getting more podcasts and videos out there. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time. Take care.